Hey guys and gals, excuse me, Bonbon here. I thought it might be a little interesting video to do, and I'll show you this and then I'll continue this video after I've done the damage of this. For my shoulder armor here, excuse me, once again, and doing battle damage, what I'm going to do is use this Sharpie paint pen, and I just kind of mark where, no real rhyme or reason, but mark where I want to do some scratches and whatnot, so it's not just smooth and flat, because then we can't get it grimy and make it look like it's been through hell and back. So this is a good way to hide some imperfections. Like right here, I didn't get the seams lined up exactly perfect. I tried to sand it down and it didn't really exactly level out the way I was hoping. So what I'm going to do is make this a big ding, so it looks like someone came in and struck it like that and kind of dented in the metal and kind of smushed it in, and it'll hide that. Granted, it's not super noticeable, but I notice it, so it'll bug me. So to do the scratches, I do these little hash lines, and if I'm going to do a gouge, I make kind of a little V there. Did one down here, and the little spots, I haven't, granted I might not do all of these depending on how it looks as I progress. I might end up changing some of that, but the dots, I will use I don't have it nearby, but when I do the follow-up video, I'll show what I use. A round stone bit on the Dremel, and kind of get those dents and dings in there. So got them up there and there. I'll use the round stone bit to do this big ding as well, notching some of the little detail inlays there, and give it some details that I can grime up when I go through the painting process and make this look beautiful and damaged. So stay tuned for that. Once I get to that point, I will definitely do another video or a continuation of this video to show what that looks like. So, hey guys and gals, Von Baden here with the continuation of the video that I started about doing battle damage, and of course this could be just damage in general. It doesn't have to be with armor. You could do these techniques with Halloween props. You want to make your creature look like it's been chopped up and hacked up. You can use these techniques as well with that. For this, I will be using the respirator, so there might be cuts in and out where I have it on and then I don't have it on, just because you don't want to see me take this on and off for me to talk. So very important dealing with EVA foam. Any kind of burning, shaving, sanding, all that kind of stuff kicks up a lot of dust, and you don't want any of that yuckiness in your lungs. So definitely a respirator come in handy for this. X-Acto knife, and I put these scratches, which, see if I can get them to where you can really see them so it just doesn't look like markers, but they're in there, some cracks, some dings, and I'm going to show you a few of the techniques that I use on this piece and on this one. on how I add damage to my props and whatnot. So we'll go over quite a few different ones. So stay tuned for that. We'll start off with me getting my respirator on, and we'll jump into the first one. All right. Okay, so the very first one that we're going to do is I'm going to use a heat gun on all the little knife cuts to make them, when you heat them up, they open up like the Grand Canyon on you, or to a degree, depending on how deep you cut them.
This is loud, so you probably won't hear me, so I won't be talking. So as you see, it opened it up a little bit. This one wasn't cut very deep.
Now, like I said, it does open them up a little bit more. You gotta be a little bit careful with your glues and stuff, because it can heat them up too much and then they become sticky again and can mess up your connection points and whatnot. So some of this I went over a little too much. I mean, kind of see it's kind of burnt there a little bit. That's all right. But I got those nice, yeah, there, you can see it good that way. So you can do, you know, scratches, dings, or the scratches with, all that was X-Acto knife. The heat gun opens it up a bit. Yeah, see, I ended up opening that up. That ain't good. Nice thing is you can squeeze it back together and it'll go back the way it was. So the next thing that you can do, that one, you can see the definitely changes a different color when you hold it on there for too long. The next thing you can do is going, there it is. What we will be using right off the bat is a drum sander.
Once again, you won't be able to hear me. This is a little loud.
Now, I know what you're saying. I put a really deep gouge in there and it doesn't really look like it would come to a point, but the drum one takes out bigger hunks. It's going to do more of a rough sanding into it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to swap out and go to, that was the drum sander. Next we're going to go to the stone sanding bit, which is cone shaped. There you go. And that will clean up a lot of that bulkiness of what the drum sander did. So several steps here to get from point A to point B, but adding these details into this will make it look more authentic and give you a more interesting piece. So back on with the rest of it. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to point out, the nice thing with this cone-shaped stone bit is you can get different levels of depth, and of course it widens it. So if you want it more shallow, you barely touch the foam. Then as you want to go deeper, you dig it in deeper. And what does that do? As you're going in deeper, you're also widening the gap because of the cone shape. So it's a very cool look. And then of course you can come back and clean up some of your rougher spots, but sometimes those rough spots really add a level of detail that you didn't have before. Last but not least, what you guys have been waiting for is a different drum bit. This ball-shaped one, and it's another stone bit. This is to give you your dings and dents and whatnot. What I have here is two different types of wood burning tips. I have my very fine needle nose tip, whatever you want to call it, fine point. This one, of course, is for fine details. I do use this one, but not nearly as much as I use this spade one that I really need to clean. Now this will be to get in there in those nooks and crannies, those little cracks and slashes that didn't open up a whole lot.
So looks good. These little cracks here that didn't get too open.
Alright. So this is the end of what I do to get something looks like it's been beat up and taken a hell and back. One of the neat little things that I learned, especially with this bit, and I can't get too close to the foam, so I'll try to display out here a little bit, is if you take the spade and if you're wanting to make it look more of a gash, you go in, keep the very point of the spade out away from the foam, and the fatter, rounder part go in deeper and kind of push away from your cut the opposite direction, and then go this way. It'll melt it and it'll open it up wider if you're looking for, you know, a hunk to get taken out, kind of like what I did there and that. So this is a very handy tool as well. Like I said, I had where those seams didn't match up there, and I don't know how well it was seen on camera or in the pictures, but it was very visible to my eye, which bothers me. So I ended up using that round bit to kind of make a dent out of it so it would hide my mess up. And I put a little bit of stempel in with the end of the spade here into this to give it some texture, so when I go to paint it, I can add some different colors in there as well to help highlight it a bit more. So I got one spot I need to glue back together, which is no big deal, and then I will end up plasti dipping it and spraying it to get it to where once I plasti dip it, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought there. Once I plasti dip it, I'll be able to have it ready for painting, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Hopefully you found something useful in this video. If so, give the video a thumbs up. If this is your first time to my channel, hit that subscribe button. We'll be doing more videos here very soon along this lines, and everyone stay safe. Take care of yourselves. See you in the next video. Bye. High five to you. No, not you. You. Right there. That one. Yep. High five. Alright. See you in the next video. Thanks.